Worst fear, brutal assault on entrepreneurs. Luke 5, 1-10, Bible stories, Qyltora. The predator in the dark. Entrepreneurs don't fear snakes, spiders, or sharks. Those creatures strike rarely. Failure strikes daily. Every empty order. Every website with no purchases. Each absence is a fresh set of claws scraping across the door of your livelihood. Failure becomes a werewolf, a nocturnal hunter pacing outside your business, waiting for the moment your courage slips. It stalks your finances. It stalks your confidence. And every morning, you wake up knowing the werewolf of failure is still out there. The crime scene. Luke 5, 1-10 opens like a forensic report. Peter and the fishermen have worked all night. Nothing, not one fish. Their nets lie limp, like evidence bags containing no clues. Their boats sit quiet, like abandoned patrol cars after a failed search. They are washing their nets. The case is closed. The verdict is failure. Entrepreneurs know this scene intimately. You worked, you bled for the dream, and your nets came back empty. Then Jesus steps into Peter's boat, not as a comforting presence, but as an investigator entering a crime scene. He teaches the crowd. Then he issues a command that feels like a plot twist. Launch out into the deep and let down your nets. Peter is the expert. Jesus is the carpenter. Everything Peter knows says this is the wrong place, wrong time, wrong move. Yet he answers, "Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net." That line is the hinge between despair and breakthrough. The investigation. Scripture doesn't explain why Jesus chose the deep water, but the imagery is forensic and chilling. The deep is where the unknown lives. The deep is where fear whispers, "Don't go there." But sometimes the next breakthrough isn't in the shallow places you trust. It's in the deep places you avoid. Peter had spent the night trusting his experience. Now he was being asked to trust God's direction instead. That single shift detonated the miracle. The empty nets became so full they began to tear. The boats became so heavy they began to sink. Success didn't arrive gently. It arrived violently, a sudden assault of abundance. The survival plan. Pray before you panic. Listen before you quit. Launch into unfamiliar waters. Trust God's direction. Keep your nets ready. One moment of obedience can overturn an entire season of failure. Final thought. The werewolf of failure looks terrifying from a distance. But Luke 5 reveals something deeper. When Jesus directs your steps, failure is not the end of a story. Sometimes the place where you caught nothing yesterday is a short distance from the miracle waiting today. Empty nets do not always mean an empty future. Sometimes they are simply the last quiet moment before the deep erupts with abundance. Qyltora is a lifestyle media brand that doesn't just analyze culture. It performs autopsies on it. Every movie, song, habit, and headline is treated like a body on the table. Still warm, still whispering. Through forensic character profiling, cinematic storytelling, and evidence-based investigation, Qyltora digs into the hidden forces that drive human behavior. Revenge, addiction, ambition, resilience, relationships, nutrition, parenting, digital identity, environmental responsibility. Nothing is harmless. Nothing is random. Whether dissecting iconic film characters or exposing the psychology of modern life, Qyltora follows the evidence into the dark. Every choice leaves clues. Every action leaves residue. Every story reveals what we fear becoming.